Hello folks, this is Kevin reporting on Good Day, Good Prayers. Today, a beautiful day outside and a beautiful day in my heart. Please remember to give us some thumbs up, and please remember to subscribe to both of our stations, Good Day, Good Prayers, as well as DSR Chats. We need all the help we can get. And we hope that you will be one of the people that will take the time to support both of our channels. Thumbs up, subscribing, and watching our videos help us to be able to get our information out to more people. Thank you very much. Today we're talking about people who are stabbing President Trump in the back. And Lindsey Graham is one of those people. President Trump took the time to support Lindsey Graham, and Lindsey Graham turns around and stabs President Trump in the back. People are saying even Republicans are hurting President Trump. It's not true. Lindsey Graham has never been a Republican. He never will be a Republican. He is an individual that came in with that group of people that were Democrats, low-level Democrats. They were built up by the Democratic voice box known as the media, and they became a part of what they call the Republican Party. Well, they're not Republicans. They never were, and they never will be. Jesus said it very clearly. If they're not for us, they were never on our part. And that's exactly what it is. They are not for us today, which tells you that they were never for us. If they're going to go to Ukraine, he and a group of senators who are Democrats going to Ukraine and helping them to set up the drone strikes against Russia. Well, that's a little bit ridiculous. A few years ago, I saw a list of different buildings around the world that would be destroyed. There were 33 or 34 of those buildings. And it was predicted that those buildings would be destroyed. Some of them are here in the U.S., some are in Europe, and some of them in China and various other countries. And it will probably happen now that they have done the drone strike. One of those buildings happens to be Buckingham Palace. Another one happens to be the White House of Germany. And unfortunately, in the United States, the Congressional Buildings and the White House here in the U.S. I don't know how this is going to turn out. People are trying to accuse President Trump of making a peace treaty with Russia and then allowing these people to go ahead and do these drone strikes. And what ultimately happened was that nearly half of Russia's air force was destroyed. Now, with that being the case, that means that the Russians will not be able to continue this war in a conventional manner. This means that if the war is going to continue, if the Europeans are going to continue to do this kind of attacks on Russia, Russia is going to have to respond. I believe that the White House in Germany, and I believe that Buckingham Palace, probably the Parliament buildings and so on, all around Europe, wherever they happen to be, I believe that a lot of those buildings are going to be gone. But I also believe that there is a very good chance that something very desperate could happen within the United States as well. I don't believe that most people who are not awake are going to wake up until they discover that all hell has broken loose and a lot of people are injured and a lot of locations, a lot of buildings that we have seen throughout history are suddenly gone. And I believe that there's going to be some devastation and some shock because of this. It's unfortunate that it has to happen, but sometimes it has to happen because of the fact that the people who are asleep, the people who are running Europe, the people who are running Ukraine, and even a number of people that are here in the Congress here of the United States, they're asleep at the switch. There's no other way to say it. They're asleep at the switch. And they may have to die while they're in a congressional session by a bomb strike by Russia. They're talking about tactical nukes. I can tell you this, tactical nukes can get in under the radar. They can hit their target. And a place like the Congressional Building can suddenly be gone with all of the people inside of it. Probably the office buildings that surround it, where the Congress people go to after they're done at the Capitol building itself. Some of them may be damaged and even destroyed in a blast like that. And if Putin believes that President Trump was somehow involved in any of this, we could actually see the White House being gone as well. I would say to people, and this is my opinion, that over the next several weeks, we keep close eye on this, because Russia is going to retaliate. I don't believe that they're just going to hit Kiev and let it go. I believe that they are going to do some tactical nukes and they are going to destroy a number of buildings around the world, especially beginning in Europe. And I believe that if that doesn't wake the asleep up and they continue to stay woke, well, then the world is going to become a different place. We need to pray, and we need to pray very diligently, because even if that happens, maybe in the 11th hour, President Trump can somehow stop this. He is the only negotiator that's ever going to stop this. The rest of the negotiators that are not a part of his administration seem to want to negotiate us into a massive nuclear war. They want President Trump to go on down in history as the president that had a nuclear war. That's not going to happen because people know better. What's going to happen is that people like Lindsey Graham and all of these other people that continually put their nose into foreign policy are going to wind up being executed because of the Logan Act. If you're not the president, if you're not part of his administration representing the president, you better stay out of other countries. And Lindsey Graham, well, he thinks that he is not expendable. Well, when he is executed, then ask him how expendable he actually was. It's really a shame. It's a shame when people have to be corrected, when they have to be put in situations that I think they were willing to do it, and it's unfortunate, but that's how it is. Please remember to like and to subscribe to both of our channels, Good Day, Good Prayers, and DSR Chats. Now, we want you to have a good day. And a good day always starts with good prayers that reach the throne of God. Good day.